Wagwan guys, it's your girl CHRISS CHOREO here, and welcome back to CHRISS Fit. I am your host, CHRISS CHOREO. Hey, the man them some hot and sweet around like a Oreo. So I'm a dancer, physio, and a personal trainer. And over here, we are a community that empowers women through movement, where it is dance, it is exercise, or simply just things like a sensual stretch. All right. So, somebody asked me a question. I love it when I'm well involved and when I interact real quick. I like it. And the question goes just like this. Thank you for this. I've always wanted an influencer to address periods. I don't know why nobody not address period, like it's something that we all have. Most of us women who are known to be healthy, as long as you're healthy, you have a period that happens every month. So I don't see why people be afraid or shy away from this question. Question, do you do anything in particular to prepare for Carnival season when you know you're going to be on your period during that time? Now let's just start off by saying nobody enjoys having their periods. The only thing you enjoy is if you're one of them hot girl like myself, when you see a period and that and a knock me, you say, okay, blood clot, the girl not pregnant, but not breathe. So anyway, don't lie. Anyway, so that's the nicest part about having a period. Otherwise, from that, you don't want to see it. If I could put it into just one single day of just like an hour, just so that Mother Nature can do its thing and you can continue to be a female, then okay, fine, I'll let it happen. But like the whole, sometimes 3-5 days, some of us have periods for longer than that, and it could be medical conditions like fibroids or something else, right? And some of us have irregular periods, which could be hormonal related. But let's get back to the question. Do you do anything special, Chrissy, when you're preparing for Carnival? Now, this question, guys, yeah, I do. I'm one of those girls who has a heavy period, and my period became even heavier when I started to lift very heavy. Now, when I read the science, the theory actually showed that it pushing heavy pressure, especially when you're lifting heavy weight, it opens up the cervix and causes and pushes blood out a little bit more easier. So in actuality, it's supposed to be good because it clears you out a lot better when you lift heavy weights, and that in itself is related. As long as you're not developing things like hernias and something there, then lifting heavy in that regard apparently is good. But since I last started lifting really heavy, my period got heavier. And I'll do a follow-up video to this to see if I find anything else. If anybody has any leads to follow up on what I just said, you can just drop it below. But what I said before is what I read, and so I'm sharing that. So if I know I'm going to be on my period, so my period starts, right? I'm going to ensure that I have tampons. Make sure you have tampons, and make sure you have extra tampons in your little bag. Now, there's some women who like to play the little hot girl thing and don't carry like a purse on the road. My girl, carry a bag on the road. Don't play cute. Do not play shy. Oh, I can't do this because I don't go in my costume. Find a blood clot bag where you can buy or go with your costume. Let me show you an example. Here's a bag. It's one of my favorite bags. I will drop my Amazon storefront link right here. You can get this bag in different colors. I got it in red because at the time my costume was red and black. So this, every cloth thing can only in this. And you see there's a lot more space. It opens up like that. It's plastic. It comes with a gold chain when I take off. But everything in there. All my razor in there. Why do I have a razor in here? I can put my wipes in there, everything. So with everything else in there, I can put 2 pads in there as well. And if you're one of those girls who, like me, who prefers to be on the road in a tampon, I know not every girl can wear tampon, but so like a tampon is about this size. Them to put the tampon them in your bag. Don't play cute and decide to say you're not going to carry tampon on the road. So you're supposed to know your flow. You know how much you bleed, right? Don't think that just because it's Carnival and adrenaline is pumping that you're going to have a little trickling of blood like getting a water and your period flow stop. It don't work like that. When you're on the road, which has happened to me, you may actually need to change your tampon, right? I don't wear pads on the road because me a hot girl. Me never wear pad on the road. Me never wear big baggy on the road. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But I'm just like when someone with this up, the girl in my love wear them strings. Hold back the rock, hold it back. Me not wear big baggy pan road, a string me wear, right? It's called a thing. I have had This was in Bahamas. I'm actually in Bahamas right now, recalling this memory. So I've had to change my tampon on the road. Literally, like I went to the restroom and I am doing my thing and I'm seeing little, and I'm just like, I need to change this. And it was less than even half a day. And usually my period is heavy, but on that particular day, for some reason, it was just really heavy. So I had to change my tampon. I had to get into the little, the plastic, the outhouse thing where they put padded truck them, because they have porta potties. Thank you, whoever said it. Thank you, telepathy. We together on this. So I had to use one of the porta potties to actually change my tampon. Another thing I do, I will make sure I have panty liners. Okay, so especially if your costume is light, like white, you all know the color is light pink, like whatever, make sure you have panty liners. I love to wear tampons, especially the super, if my flow is heavy, which it usually is in the first 2 days, and I wear that on the road with panty liners. Okay, now panty liners, these are the regular ones, but panty liners also come in the shape of a thong. Now it's really up to you again to know your flow, because sometimes for me personally, those ones don't work for me, and so I have to use the regular one. I just use those instead because it holds everything, right? And this is if my flow is very heavy. Okay, in terms of food, because period already make you bloated, your girl is lactose intolerant, and foods that contain milk, those bloat me, and it makes me feel like SHIT, the action and the noun. Right? So I avoid all of those foods. I am not a nutritionist. I'm telling you what works for me. When I'm on the road, I'm very careful what I eat, because my tummy is very loose when I'm on my period. She's very sensitive. Like a little thing, if it's contaminated, I mean that many if you use a bathroom, you understand? I'm very particular about what I eat, especially when I'm on my period. So I'll opt for like vegetables, I'll opt for like chicken, dry meat, right? Or the vegetarian food. Sometimes I don't eat the vegetarian food, I will go for. Or I will pack food, snacks in my bag. Y'all ask me what I do to prepare if I'm on my period. Those are some of the things I do. So let's recap what I just said. Panty liners, tampons, if you're that girl who wears thongs, right? Now the girls who wear the bigger panties, right, that are full right around, you can wear the tampons as well. You can wear your panty liners as well. If you want to wear a pad, if you want to take the chance and wear a pad, you can go ahead and do that. Sometimes for me, a pad, if it's not the thin ones, so when I say thin, this is what I refer to. Thin like this, right? And this is super. Is it super? It's ultra thin. It's not super. No, it's not super. It's moderate, I believe. It's moderate, is it? Y'all know what brand this is now. Comment below. Shoot. It's ultra thin always, but it's nighttime. It's for nighttime. But you see, because I know the other one, this is not a paid ad by the way. The other one that I use, not the nighttime one, it's about as thin as this. The only difference is that these are bigger, they're wider, longer, created to facilitate persons who roll around the place like them nonsense. Who may I call out? Who may I blood clot call out? But yeah, so you make sure you have your pad. Fit your costume with your pad before you go on the road. Don't put wings on the outside of your costume, because that's just crazy talk. I always recommend tampons. If you can't wear tampons, I don't know what to say, but make sure you get the sport ones, right? The sport ones or the heavy ones, because you're gonna be running up and down on the road, you're gonna be having a lot of fun. That's the least you want to be worried about, especially if some of y'all, I don't know, careless self will get drunk. Jesus mercies. But anyway, that's how I prepare. And I carry extra tampons, 1 or 2, panty liners included, in my little purse. Okay, so make sure you have your little bag. It don't have to be a literal bag like this. It can be a thigh pouch. All right, so that's what I do. And I avoid certain foods. I avoid spicy foods. I avoid foods that I know will bloat me, especially like lactose containing foods. I do hope this answered your question. Comment below if you have any other questions similar to this. Mwah.